But we can't argue with the results.
The Jets couldn't use that, huh?
No, they weren't on time. They didn't have the connection.
They didn't have a connection, right?
didn't
But
have
it's all. But remember, though, like I said, though, it's all about how the connection. But it's all about how you talk to me and how you treat me and how I feel you gonna treat me if something go wrong. Your behavior in that one game when I ran the wrong route, you probably done some stuff in practice that one-upped me and made me feel a certain way anyway. Right. So I wasn't focused in like I am with people that's going to wrap their arms around me and make me feel a certain way.
Always going to make you feel a certain way. Well, Mike Williams scored more points himself than the entire Jets team. Well, it's the same amount of points as the entire Jets team yesterday.
Yeah, the Jets was sorry as hell yesterday.
So he's feeling good. He's having a good Monday.
So they could have used it.
They were so sorry.
Were we wrong to question Mike Tomlin?
You know, I don't think we were wrong to question him because we didn't know. We didn't have all the intel. All we going off of is what we saw.
Right.
At the time, what was he, 4-2?
Yes.
4-2.
Yes.
And two of the losses really wasn't on him because he had played well at the quarterback position, but they just wasn't scoring enough points. But you got to remember, Mike Tomlin's in the room. He's watching the film. He's seeing things and understanding his offense and where the ball's supposed to go. And he's watching Russell Wilson in practice and things of that nature and probably saying to himself, if this guy was here, these are the things that would be happening to us. So he inserted him into the lineup. But I don't think, look, I know coach has gone to the Super Bowl and never had a losing season, gone to 2 Super Bowls, and coach is one of the top 2 coaches in the league as stands right now. I get all of that. But there's nothing wrong with saying Justin Fields was playing well. Well, we really hadn't seen Russell Wilson play well probably for the last 5 years, I would say. 4 or 5 years was the last time that we really looked at Russell and was like, okay, he good. Seattle kicked him out, dealt him.
I'll say 3 years, Key.
Okay, so say 3. Whatever, 3 years. We hadn't seen him for 3 years play well.
He was decent last year with Denver.
Yeah, but it wasn't he got benched, then he got moved.
Yeah.
And then, but that was a money bench and more so than it was anything. Then prior to that, obviously, we saw the Hackett thing, but then Seattle and Pete Carroll and them said, you're not worth it, get out of here, we can't win with you. So when you package all that up and you look at it, and then when he gets hurt in training camp, we hadn't seen him in such a long time, but we kind of saw Justin Fields. So I don't think we're wrong for questioning why he would make that decision.
Completely wrong for questioning.
How? How could we be?
Tomlin, this is Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin can be wrong too now.
Mike Tomlin hasn't been wrong in the 17 years as the Steelers coach with a winning record.
Well, they have been wrong because they kept Ben Roethlisberger too long. No. And they was messing with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph.
I mean, at what point does a guy with his credibility and his resume, he got 1 Super Bowl year, but he's never, think about that, he's never had a losing season? Like, I can't question a man whose credibility and everything that he's built and the culture that, you know, he's put in Pittsburgh since day one he got there on his decision-making. That's one thing that's never been questioned about Mike Tomlin is his decision-making. Like, we've questioned all these coaches over here. Oh, you know, we need a new offensive coordinator. He need a new D. Oh, upstairs.
Why you change your voice?
We've never, because you do that. I got that from you. That was the Keyshawn voice. But we've never questioned Mike Tomlin. And then we go to one movie makes to where he has Justin Fields and, Russell Wilson hasn't been Russell in a few years. Bad situation in Denver. But this is a champion. Russell's a champion and a veteran, and there's a reason he was named starter in the preseason.
I know, but at 4-2, when the kid was playing well, and it looked like he had rediscovered his career, so to speak, again with Pittsburgh, it was just hard to sit back and say why.
Well,
now it's easy. Now it's easy, Joy, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like, you should have did this a long time ago.
When you're right, well, he was injured. So,
I know.
Like, when you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's been winning, and he's been right at every step. Obviously, Russ started the season injured, so he put Justin Fields in the best position to win, and they were doing that. And then he obviously felt, and was right about it, that Russell Wilson was capable of taking this offense to another level, which is what has happened. And that was my concern with Justin Fields, was I felt like Justin Fields was playing well and he had good momentum, but was he going to be able to score with a team like the Commanders? And I don't think he would have.
No, you said that a long time ago.
Yeah, he had shown the ability to run the offense and do what was asked of him, and and comparing what he looked like with the Steelers to what he looked like with Chicago, which now we'll get to Chicago later, but it seems like everybody is not looking well with Chicago. He was doing something that we hadn't seen him do, which was be consistent, which was take care of the ball, which is run the offense and do what was being asked of him. But to take the Steelers to another level, to really put them in the conversation of being contenders,
Yes.
you need to be able to compete with these modern offenses. We know that the defense is always good. Can you put up points? And that's what Russ has been able to do.
If you would have asked me, if you would say, hey, Keyshawn, do you think Justin Fields could have made that throw to Mike Williams at the end? You know what I'd have probably told you? No. I'd have told you no.
Yeah.
I'd have flat out said, no, he couldn't make that throw. Only Russell Wilson can make that throw to Mike Williams.
Right. And obviously, Mike Tomlin felt the same way.
Mike Tomlin felt the same way. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that Justin Fields isn't a good quarterback and can't do nice things with the Steelers, but they're trying to compete for a
The
championship.
fact that he was getting heat and getting flushed out, he didn't step into the throw. He was backpedaling and getting flushed and made that throw. I don't think a lot of people know that.
No,
a lot of people probably thought a lot of people probably think he stepped into the throw. He did not step into the throw.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
But if that was Justin Fields would have whirled out of there, went left, right, and used his legs. That's the difference in what Mike Tomlin obviously was seeing come playoff time. I mean, come film time.
So what is the ceiling for Steelers and with Russ?
Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think with him at the quarterback position, doing the same things, running the football, doing well quarterbacking, not giving the ball to the other team, playing nice special teams and rock solid defense. They're right there with the Ravens. They play this week coming up, right there with the Bills, right there with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're like one of the four that's right there. They right there. And as he continues to play, they're going to continue to get better. And Russ. And now Mike Williams is inserted into the lineup. Now, you start looking at that. This is the best quarterback that they've had since Ben Roethlisberger, post-Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, they were messing around again with Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, and whoever else was in between.
This is the best quarterback they've had since competitive Ben Roethlisberger.
Competitive Ben Roethlisberger. They hadn't won a playoff game since 2016.
Yeah.
And that's, even though they've been going to the playoffs, they've been going home.
Yes. I mean, I think that it's the Super Bowl as well. They have the formula for it. They have a quarterback that's playing at a high level, doesn't turn the ball over, knows how to run the offense, knows how to make the big plays, has experience, has Super Bowl experience, postseason experience, is healthy. You have a Hall of Fame level head coach. You have a run game, and you have an elite defense.
Yeah.
Those are all of the elements that you want for a team that is a contender. I actually love that they're playing the Ravens this weekend because I think this is the perfect heat check for them. The Ravens are a team that we think is a Super Bowl contender. The Steelers are Super Bowl contenders. They're both at the peak of their seasons right now. Like, this is going to be an incredible matchup to see where they both are. It's a divisional game.
Where's the game at?
Where is the game? In Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Either way, it's in Baltimore. But this is a perfect matchup for them. Okay, it's in Pittsburgh. Thank you, guys. We got it. It's in Pittsburgh.
The more and more I look at Pittsburgh, they impress me more than Baltimore because, Baltimore, they got then this is why. Lamar is probably going to win MVP. And there's probably no doubt about that. But when I saw from the defense of Baltimore, I saw them get chopped up.
Yeah, they get chopped up. Yeah, they get chopped up.
You know what I'm saying? So Pittsburgh, on the other hand, they have a stronger defense. So
they do.
In some ways, Pittsburgh, they can beat Baltimore.
Well, I think it's strength versus strength, right? Like Lamar Jackson is leading the MVP race. Derrick Henry's having an unbelievable season, could be in the MVP conversation as well, going up against Pittsburgh's defense. And then you have Russell Wilson going up against the Baltimore defense that hasn't been playing at the same level. So it's going to be a really close, tough matchup.
I think so, but they've shown me to be vulnerable over there for the Ravens. You lose to the Raiders. Yeah, I knew that was a few weeks back, second week, third week, whatever. But you lose to Cleveland also. So that shows me you can be vulnerable at different times because those are two of the worst teams. See, the thing about Pittsburgh, they haven't shown me anything that's been inconsistent about them. You know, they've been steady. They've just been, flying under the radar. You know, every week we talk about Kansas City, how they're doing, and Buffalo, and the trades, and the Jets, and the Cowboys. No, but Pittsburgh, just flying under that radar right there. And so I really do think they got a great opportunity when you look at the AFC. I mean, there's no team they can't beat when I see the vulnerability. When I see if you put Pittsburgh in this situation versus the Kansas City Chiefs yesterday, Pittsburgh is going to make the block. It's the little things. It's the little things. And so
Did he go back to that again?
He did.
Yeah,
he's,
man, I'm
'cause
just-
he refuses to admit it that.
I can't believe my eyes sometimes with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's
Yeah,
week in and week out.
but
so.
Pittsburgh has the right recipe
Yeah, they do.
for success because of the things that they do
Coaching,
so well.
championship
You know.
quarterback. I mean, they got all the pieces.
They do. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.